What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick and plays for Monday, November 25th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DAILYDOG. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Again, that's promo code DAILYDOG, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for a first-time deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. That's 50% of whatever you deposit with your initial deposit. And you might notice if you're a YouTube person who watches me, usually record this from my home studio, you might check the generic art behind me and these weird blinds and that weird bed behind me and realize I'm not in my normal surroundings. Yeah, I'm traveling. It's the holiday season. You're probably traveling too. Maybe you're in a state that you haven't been in before. Maybe you're someone who hasn't been able to sign up for Underdog in the past because you live in a state or a different country where you are not allowed to play Underdog. Well, maybe you're for Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, or maybe even later this year during Christmas, you find yourself in a different state where you can sign up for Underdog. I would recommend signing up for Underdog and making these holiday trips all the more profitable for you. Get that 50% deposit match bonus. Use that extra money with that promo code DAILYDOG, one word, DAILYDOG, at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app while you're in these new states and countries that allow Underdog. And, use that free money, that free play to make some big juicy slips, win those slips, and buy everyone good Christmas gifts this year, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever else you're doing around the end of the year. New Year's gifts, whatever you want to call them. I don't really care. Just sign up with Underdog, promo code DAILYDOG if you are new to the app. All right. We are on an extreme cold streak. We haven't hit a slip in like a week after we had a really hot week. The previous week, last week, was just totally forgettable. So if you want to fade all my picks, feel free. The only problem is that a lot of these slips have gone 2 out of 3. So I wouldn't necessarily say, oh yeah, go pure fade. Maybe just choose my favorite, your favorite picks from all of my different slips that I do in different sports, and maybe make one slip with like 3 or 4 selections based on the 12 that I'm going to give you today, or play a flex. It's not as fun. It's not as sexy to play a flex, but it is harder to lose your entire bankroll when you're playing flexes. So I usually don't play flexes. I should probably play more flexes, but I like to go for the big wins, especially on Underdog. I'm not making crazy, dime bets or dime picks on Underdog. Usually much smaller than that. And just trying to have a good time, try to win some money. Let's do it today with Monday Night Football. We'll start out with J.K. Dobbins of the Baltimore Ravens, or no, not of the Baltimore Ravens, of the Chargers, former Baltimore Raven, revenge spot, higher than 47.5 rushing yards. Ravens defense, not good. Yeah, they're kind of hard to run against sometimes, but J.K. Dobbins, revenge spot, the team that let him go, man, he's going to want to crush these dudes, higher than 47.5 rushing yards. And with Harbaugh, he's going to have plenty of opportunities to run the ball. Harbaugh is the king of old school run the ball football. So give me J.K. Dobbins higher than 47.5 rushing yards here. Now let's go to Quintin Johnson, wide receiver, higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown. Quintin Johnson, not really a great wide receiver, but the dude is a explosive playmaker. He's a big time playmaker, and he gets plenty of opportunities nowadays. He's getting the chance to get the job done for the Chargers here. So give me Quintin Johnson higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns in this matchup against the Ravens, who have been known to give up the big play. I don't know if you watched them lately. They don't exactly lock it down outside or over the top. So Quintin Johnson higher than half of rushing plus receiving touchdown, and J.K. Dobbins revenge spot higher than 47.5 rushing yards in this horrible Monday Night Football game. Last one for NFL. Justin Tucker, Ravens kicker, lower than 7.5 kicking points. If Tucker could consistently kick field goals, then this would be an over all day or a higher all day. Justin Tucker cannot consistently kick field goals. Justin Tucker can't consistently kick extra points, it feels like at this point. The dude is one of the greatest to ever do it, but not anymore. The man has hit a wall. The man is not the guy he used to be. 50-yarders are not routine like they once were, so I just cannot take higher than 40 or higher than 7.5 kicking points in this game. And you are getting a bonus for lower than 7.5 kicking points in this game. A little bit of a scorcher there. So give me Justin Tucker lower than 7.5 kicking points in this game to pair with J.K. Dobbins higher than 47.5 rushing yards and Quintin Johnson higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. This is a pretty juicy slip. Comes together 9.05x, so plus 805 in sports betting terms. on this Monday Night Football slate. But football is not the only sport we got going today. We're going 3 more slips today. We're going NBA, NHL, and college basketball as well. But NBA, we're going to go Kris Dunn of the Clippers, higher than 8.5 points against the Celtics. Kris Dunn kind of has a role on this team. He usually scores 7 to 12 points for the Clippers. Not too sexy, but he gets over 9 points per game, or no over 9 points in a lot more games than he doesn't recently. The guy, again, it's not like he's going to light the world on fire. It's not like he's going to go for 30 in this game. But if he goes, he makes 3 jump shots and a 3-pointer, he's going to get higher than 8.5 points in this game. I think there's a lot of upside there. It's a back-to-back for both the Clippers and the Celtics. Hopefully the defense is a little bit more chill than what they could put out there if they were totally locked in. And I'm going to take him. Let's go. Let's go, big dog Kris Dunn. Next, we're going to go to Franz Wagner, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. Franz Wagner, we've been riding this train a long time. He's been crushing points, 3-pointers, all sorts of scoring numbers since Paulo Banchero has been out of there. Franz Wagner has gone higher than 2.5 3-pointers in 5 of his last 6 games. The one game that he didn't have higher than 2.5 3-points made, he went 0 for 4. So, yes, his number used to be 1.5, and now it's up to 2.5. But he's playing the Hornets, and the Hornets let you shoot all you want. And the other thing is that if he doesn't miss this, then I don't think he's going to go over 2 either. So, give me higher than 2.5 3-pointers made for Franz Wagner. Last one, Nikola Jokic against the Knicks, higher than 0.5 triple-doubles. Just when you project out his totals for every other stat, obviously points is in the high teens, low 20s, no matter what, every day. Rebounds is usually in the low teens, and then his assists is usually around 10 or 11. So I'm getting Nikola Jokic to have higher than 0.5 triple-doubles at an increased multiplier when basically every stat category is assuming that he's going to get there. It's just a matter of by how much. So give me Nikola Jokic to close this thing down with higher than 0.5 triple-doubles, and that's a 6.8x multiplier. All right, continuing down to some other sports. NHL. Nikita Kucherov lower than 1.5 goals against the Avalanche down in Tampa Bay. You know what happens when I take a lower with any player in any sport. They usually have a career game. That said, I think that the value on Nikita Kucherov lower than 1.5 points at a flat multiplier is massive because the Avs actually, last game, don't look at last game. They allowed 4 goals, but they've actually started to lock up a little bit in front of the net. The defense has improved a little bit since early in the year, and the goaltending has improved a little bit since early in the year. Kucherov can be held pointless in games. Obviously, he's got 29 points on the year. He's having a good year, but it comes in clusters. So if he could have 0 points in this game. He could have 1 point in this game. And I think that the number is being built with the assumption that the Avs are going to roll over in front of the net and they're going to have, it's going to be a 5-5 game in the third period and anyone's got a chance. And if that happens, obviously Kucherov is going to have higher than 1.5 points. That's just his role. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. Give me Kucherov lower than 1.5 points. Then we're going to go with Sam Reinhart higher than 0.5 goals. Come on, Sam Reinhart is a machine. The dude is scoring goals left and right. Give me Sam Reinhart higher than 0.5 goals. You can take points if you want to be a little bit safer, I guess, a little bit softer on his projection. All right. Last one, Macklin, Celebrini higher than 0.5 points for the Sharks against the Kings. Obviously, Macklin, Celebrini, and the Sharks are, they're an underpowered team, but it's a little bit of a California rivalry there. And Celebrini is usually undervalued in these projection totals. So give me Macklin, Celebrini higher than 0.5 points because he's a good guy. And the Kings are not as hot as they were at the beginning of the year. 6.84x on that NHL slip. Last one, college basketball. This is Maui Invitational. Love, you gotta go for it. This is not as an exact of a science as it is with pro sports. I say that about college basketball all the time. These kids are up and down. Anything is possible. But we're gonna go with PJ Haggerty of Memphis, higher than 18.5 points against UConn. Tough opponent. Haggerty is an alpha dog for this Memphis team that has come back in 3 out of 4 games this year to win them. So if Haggerty is at 7 points in the first half, don't give up. This Memphis team is going to be better in the second half, and he has every chance to get over 19, 20, 21 points in this game. Next one, we're going to do Johni Broome lower than 19.5 points for Auburn. Yes, I'm taking another lower. Lowers, I'm the king of people having career games when I take lower, but Johni Broome of Auburn lower than 19.5 points. Also at the Maui Invitational. It's just pretty high. This guy's a fifth-year senior. He's been around, all that stuff. I think that just in this matchup, there's a good shot that Johni Broome is not going to, clear the hurdle with flying colors against Iowa State. I think Iowa State hopefully can slow him down a little bit here. Last one in college basketball. Seth Trimble, higher than 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists for North Carolina against Dayton. Trimble's done this in every game this year. The 17.5 is very low. He's probably going to get closer to 20. I don't think Davidson, we'll see what Davidson does in this game, but definitely Seth Trimble higher than 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. 6.24x college basketball slip to get things going in Maui Invitational. All right, that's all I got for you today. Let's make some money.